People believe that JK's orientation has been exposed in a new post. People are also freaking out about some new photos going viral, as well as fans talking about tours and all that stuff coming up. So hey Dumplings, it's Dave Disci, let's get into it. So there's a lot of controversy and debate on if the BTS members require specific types of promotion. And there's a lot of controversy when any of these types of promotion styles are ever talked about, or potentially even being used. So for example, there was this rumor going on that Jennie from Blackpink wasn't able to sell out one of her stadium tours at a recent concert in New York. I don't really know how true that is, and if there's really any way to check that at this point, because the concert is already over, I think, but when we see posts online saying such and such, a person sold out such and such ticket, and we see other celebrities having the same thing, we tend to think that this is very normal and that this is like the only sign of success. I mean, I was telling someone that an upcoming artist had sold out their stadium tickets in about like 5 minutes. And the reaction that I was getting from that was a lot of people telling me that this was just really slow because a lot of artists sell out in 3 seconds. And I'm like, well, they're an upcoming artist. Now, if Jennie was struggling to sell tickets for a New York show, then it could also make a lot of sense as her music isn't as big here in the US as it would have been in Korea or anywhere else. But also, I believe the assumption that she did not sell out did not come from anything that was actually factual, but just more so that she was apparently giving away free tickets to influencers. So apparently 2 influencers made a vlog talking about how Jennie's management or PR team reached out to them to offer them free tickets to Jennie's New York show and asked them if they wanted to go. They recorded the video saying that they would love to go and that they were really excited and they were able to head off to the concert now. Now, a lot of people found this to be really embarrassing because this means that she needs support from these influencers and that she's only inviting them or giving away free tickets because she hasn't sold them out yet. And of course, obviously, then she has space to give away the free tickets. But then on top of that, she's trying to get these influencers to come in so that she can sell out a lot of her other shows. I will say this, if a stadium is not filled, like it's like only 50% or less than, or even if it's like a little bit more than that, they'll usually cancel the show. So the fact that the show is still going on means that it was like 80 or 90% filled, which is still really impressive. That is not a feat to just dismiss like that. None of us could probably ever do that in a lifetime. Now, them being a few extra seats left over and then the PR team is using it as promotion, that's smart. That's not even a problem. It was interesting because the BTS members had gotten a ticket to see Harry Styles not too long ago, and Harry Styles invited a bunch of different other celebrities, or at least a bunch of different celebrities were there, which tells me that they were likely invited. This serves as the same purpose as influencers being there because a celebrity being there is going to be seen by the general public. Those people are going to record it, but the way it gets pressed isn't going to be from the press there or any of that stuff. It's going to be from them posting it to their social media and then it going viral on social media somewhere. Or it can go viral on a fan's account. So either way, it's going viral from the internet interaction rather than traditional media, and that's exactly what influencers do. So in that sense, this is just a common practice and it's nothing to shame anyone for doing if they are doing that. And some people were arguing that BTS would never do the same thing. However, as I said, I don't think this method is anything to be ashamed of, and by shaming these actions, a lot of people are being dragged into this. A lot of red carpet premieres for movies have influencers come to promote the event. A lot of random brand launches or restaurants will have influencers come as well. And if they do that, that of course then allegedly means they're not successful, right? According to all these other people that are mocking influencers showing up to an event for free, because apparently if an influencer shows up, it becomes less prestigious. I don't know. So if BTS does decide to do it one day, I'm all for it. I'm all happy to do it. And I hope one day they do it, and then I'll get the opportunity to go see them and talk about it. And of course, these are not the only things that are going viral. Recently, there have been some photos that have really gone super viral, and it's very exciting to see these photos trend and be talked about. There's been a recent press conference from Jin and his new reality show. I believe he was only in 1 episode or 2, but it seems like he's brought along during the promotion process. Having a press conference for a show is definitely an interesting thing to do, in my opinion. I think they definitely do have premieres and red carpets events in Korea, but I think press conferences are really the most common way of promoting something. As here in the US, it is typically a party or some sort of event. And I can't really blame these companies or labels for doing a press conference instead of an event because it is definitely a lot cheaper. And if you're not aware, a red carpet basically serves as a press event where news sites, paparazzis, and various different photography people will come or be hired to be on the red carpet and get as many photos as they can, as well as news sites in the later portion of the red carpet being there to do interviews, just the same way as they would in a press conference. And anyone can ask any questions that they want. But of course, the difference between a press conference and a red carpet or a premiere is that a red carpet premiere isn't usually about press entirely. While that's a huge part of the ceremony and stuff, people who are not participating on the red carpet, or people who are just your favorite movie goers, or people who are just people who like to go see movies, who are maybe well known, would still be invited to come as well. Whereas obviously a press conference is just news sites being there. During the later portion as well as the beginning portion of the press conference, there is a moment in which everyone at the press conference can stand there and take pictures. Jin had several different pictures of him taken, as I'm sure a lot of people were flashing their cameras trying to get a good shot of him. Now, there was one from a Getty photographer in Korea, and they were taking pictures of him doing a heart, him just standing there, and people were really freaking out about this because Getty has a reputation of being unedited photos. If you're unaware of how a lot of Getty photographers go, it is usually posted the night of the event and almost immediately as the event is happening. I'm not exactly sure how they do it, but a lot of Getty photographers have it set up on their computer where the moment they snap a picture of whatever, it goes right up onto the website. So these are not photos that really ever get touched or photoshopped, and they're pretty natural photos. So a lot of people were saying how amazing Jin looks, and he looks so natural. All I have to say is, did we really have doubt here? I mean, we definitely have seen a lot of videos of him. We've seen a lot of live streams of him. Do we really have doubt here that he would look anything less than perfect? Now, if you're unaware, recently Jin and Jin both have been going viral, not for anything that they've done in the military or from this press event, but for their fan interactions that they've had on Weverse. I don't know if this was a planned interaction or what was really going on, but they were both on the website answering a bunch of fan questions. This was kind of rare because they obviously weren't next to each other. So a lot of people felt like it was a coincidence. They both just happened to be thinking of the community at the same time. There were comments directed at Jimin telling him to hurry up and come back home, and even some asking how many days he had left before he would be able to come back. And Jimin responded and said that he does miss all of them and that he is trying his best to not get hurt. Also keep in mind, if he does get hurt because he is training in the military, he probably will. That is a controlled environment and he would likely get help right away. So I hope that suits you. And he even said, "I miss you," to someone who told him that they miss him a lot. But there was one post in which everyone screenshotted and really talked about, which was one that asked Jimin if JK was next to him. And Jimin responded to say that JK was indeed next to him. The community exploded with a lot of people saying that this is confirmation of a dating rumor, not because JK is next to him, because we already know that, and most of us know that they're in a buddy system together, so they're likely going to be next to each other all the time. But because for some reason, Jimin always allegedly responds to a Jimin and JK shipping rumor question. I personally find this to be so funny that people are thinking this much into it when it really was never that deep. There's a huge part of the community that believes Jimin and JK are in a relationship together, so the amount of questions that would be thrown at Jimin's way that would be about this would definitely exist. But also this question itself is extremely innocent. It really doesn't imply anything. And if Jimin was quite literally standing there and reading these comments, trying to answer as many as he can, and wasn't really thinking about anything, the comment itself or what this would imply wouldn't be something that he would think about. And he's just answering the question, and to him this is a very innocent question. "Oh, is your friend sitting next to you?" "Yes, he is." And he could be thinking, "Oh, maybe these people are just wondering if JK is okay." And the thing is, it's not even just that people are assuming that and then just kind of going about their day, but they're saying things like, "Wow, Jimin's crazy for doing this," or "Wow, their relationship needs to be studied because of this and this." Like, these are the types of things that would discourage Jimin from responding back to any comments about JK, his friend, or saying things in general because he doesn't want this type of reaction or for the people to think that these types of things that are happening. I don't know. So it's just something to think about going forward, where keeping a ship to yourself and enjoying it for yourself or for your group of people is totally fine. But having comments like this can be a bit much, in my opinion. Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out Patreon for more videos. Link down below. Thank you. Just leave a comment right here. Love you. Bye.